Greetings, all. Welcome to another example issue episode of Darkness in Dublin. We find our intrepid mages meeting at Duncan's dirty, grimy, funky workout machine, where you will find him sitting in the middle of the octagon. It looks like he's dancing, and of course, he's shirtless and covered in sweat. Welcome, walk in as you will.
So I think that they're walking in together, to be honest, because
Yeah,
they pretty much go everywhere together at this point.
at this point, yes, degenerate hand holding might occur.
Probably, most likely. Um, so Natalie, do you want to describe Damien first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Natalie, she's about 5'2". She's um, she looks Creole, for lack of a better word. Um, she's got green eyes, uh, tan colored skin, long, dark, curly hair. It's She looks very much like she does in the gift that I've got for my character. She has a nose piercing. She's wearing a necklace and a tank top and a button-up shirt over it with jeans, and she's probably wearing combat boots, maybe. Um, she's got a shoulder bag, maybe looks like a backpack, possibly leather. Um, and she's she's walking into the gym. And she's kind of just looking around at everything, kind of just like trying to um, get a sense or a general feel for the place.
Damien himself will have a sports bag with him. He has blonde hair, reddish beard, blue eyes. He's a solid 6 foot, give or take a centimeter. And in the sports bag, he'll have his training gear, and he'll be coming in and just giving the place a look around. And if he sees Duncan doing his dance, he'll wait until Duncan is done.
Duncan notices the two people. He runs. He leaps over the top of the octagon to land at your feet. Yes, he is covered in sweat, and of course, his ever-present, body wrapping tattoo that basically covers his entire body. That looks like it depicts a bunch of Celtic battle scenes, like all over his chest, like his entire arms, like all of it covers him. He So the sweat is only where the exposed skin is. He lands in like the superhero landing in front of you two, and he goes, "So you're here? What is it?"
Natalie just looks at Damien like with a questioning look, and she looks back at Duncan, and she extends her hand to shake his, um, and she's like, "I'm Natalie Lucas. I'm new in town.
It's good to meet you, Duncan Campbell.
It's good to meet you too. I think we met the other night at the dinner party. I'm pretty sure.
Aye, you're the quiet one.
Yes. Uh, I have that demeanor about me. Um, she looks at Damien again, and she points at Duncan and just kind of scratches her head a little bit. Um, and then she looks at Duncan again, and she's like, "I don't mean to be rude, but what club do you belong to?"
You mean what club do I belong to?
Tradition, I think, is what
Yeah,
the word you're looking for.
yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Club works better for me. It's kind of like uh, makes more
Uh,
sense a little bit than tradition.
well, yeah, in that case, let me do the introductions. In front of you stands Master Duncan Campbell, member of the Dream Speakers. I may introduce Natalie Lucas, a disparate of the tradition of the Batar.
She waves. Hi.
Good to meet you. If
Uh,
you're this jit means you're okay, then doesn't it?
um, excuse me?
If you're with this jit means you're okay, then doesn't it?
I mean, she looks at Damien and she smiles, just like, yeah, I guess so.
Okay then.
She's
Uh,
grand.
Fancy a
uh,
drink?
do you have bourbon?
No.
Do you have whiskey?
Aye.
That'll do.
I'll have one too if you don't mind.
He goes and he goes up. He runs upstairs. Runs because Duncan runs everywhere. He runs up the stairs, comes back down with 3 shot glasses and this cask wrapped in rope and old, and he pours three drops and goes, "Oh, bottoms up then."
She tosses it back, like no problem.
It burns like smooth, happy fire.
That
Damien
is
does the same. It
that
has
is
the same effect.
satisfying. And she'll put her glass back down on the table, I guess. And she looks at Duncan and she's like, so what's up with the? And she makes like a gesture like around him.
You mean the ambiance? What are you talking about then?
I guess the ambiance. Yeah.
Spit it out then. What is it you're talking about?
The spooky shit that you've got going on.
What's so spooky about it?
I mean, that's not something that you see every day, I guess.
Oh, aye.
Can somebody roll me 3 dice, please? I'm gonna activate Spirit Sight. Marcus,
I got a 2, a 4, and a 6.
is that enough to activate Spirit Sight?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And so she again gestures at the spooky shit. Like, what is that?
Oh, that'll be the fact that I've got lots of friends on the other side.
I see. So that means you've got the spirit sphere, right?
Aye.
She looks at Damien and she gives him a very wholesome smile. Like she's really kind of happy that he's got the spirit sphere. Um. So
He simply smiles and says, "I thought you two would get along."
Me and my ancestors been friends to the dead a great long while.
um. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Um. Hmm.
I had my death when I was 4.
You died when you were 4.
It brought me back, of course, but yeah. You see,
She
when
looks
you come
very interested in that.
when you come of age, they take you to the castle, and you see whether or not she receives you. If she receives you, she takes you back to the other side with her, and you get touch of it inside yourself. And you come back, and your eyes are forever changed, and you can only see one side of things. So most mages, from what I understand, can see everything. Me, I only sees the Shadowlands.
Hmm.
And I can go there whither and thither I please.
I think I can do that too.
Out of character, he has a Deathwalker merit.
Okay, she doesn't. She can step sideways. Um. Um. So she actually looks around for somewhere to sit down.
You need a chair, do you?
Unless they're like is the floor padded?
Inside the octagon, it is. He goes, "Come, we'll go upstairs to the second level and come to me domicile."
Okay. And she's gonna grab Damien's hand and have him come with her.
He takes the stairs 4 at a time because he's broken in the head.
Yeah. Right. Um.
Damien will come along and give her a gentle squeeze at the hand, trying to reassure her.
Mm-hmm. Because this is all very new to her. She's been a mage since she was 10, but she's never really had experience with other mages like this. So yeah. Um, so Damien and Natalie will follow Duncan upstairs to his
Duncan has a
domicile.
charisma 4. He's cheerful.
What?
Duncan has a charisma 4. He's cheerful.
Awesome. I don't know what Natalie's. Hold on, let me tell you what her charisma is. 2. She's pretty basic. Her she doesn't have very many social dots. She's mental physical build. Um, so yeah, she'll sit down next to Damien. Um, so hmm, hmm, hmm. You're they call you a dream speaker. That's the tradition that you belong to. Can
Ostensible.
you can you so hmm, I don't know how to ask this without sounding rude, but can you teach me more?
I could, if you wanted to learn.
Uh, Absolutely.
He's a good teacher. I can attest to that.
Actually, he hasn't gotten instruction. No bullshit.
She doesn't. But she is teaching Damien Spirit 1 right now, or she has taught him Spirit 1. Um, and they're gonna next downtime. She's working towards the second dot. So
Correct.
also matter. She's teaching him matter as well.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. So she
Well, let's
she
do
looks at
the thing then.
she she looks at Damien and she kind of like, oh, yeah.
What with the squelchy and all?
What?
What with the squelchy and the bouncy things? Yeah.
Uh, um, no.
Oh, okay then.
The I mean, uh, she looks a little bit embarrassed when Duncan says that.
Damien is a bit flabbergasted as well.
I mean, we're like he. Mm, I
I don't ask to be crass. I ask so the social norms and all that. One can't just talk to a lady that's with the fella the same way he talks to a regular lady. Now, can he?
I mean,
Needs to be a bit more respected. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I
She
I
look
respect you. You know.
she looks at Damien. She's like, I mean, are we? Ugh.
Well, if you don't know, I don't.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, he lives with me, so
I live with a god, but we're not together.
I would say yeah.
Sweet.
I'm very fond of her.
And
That
I'm
I
very
can.
fond of. I'm pretty fond of him myself. I mean, he's like the one I know best in the city, more or less.
You see
So, and he's
Duncan jump.
always been what?
Duncan jumps. There's a ceiling. If you look, there's a pull up bar, and he's doing pull ups as he talks to you. Yeah.
So yes, I would definitely be interested in learning more. I'm willing to teach in exchange if there's something you would like to learn.
Pretty sure I already know it. No disrespect to you.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm totally sure you know more than I do.
I doubt it.
I mean, is there something you'd like to learn that you think I could teach you?
I didn't ken if you're the right kind of teacher for it.
Well, I mean, we could always find out.
I suppose we could. But you came to me for instruction or something.
Uh, yes, because you've got all that spooky shit going on with the ghosts, and I deal with that a lot, even though it's very stressful most of the time.
Doesn't
Um,
doesn't bother me in the slightest.
oh, well, I had a very rude awakening. No pun intended.
I goes, do you want the whole spiel or the truncated version?
I mean, the whole spiel.
It's really simple. The Lady Scatha on the Isle of Skye is where my Clan Campbell, comes from. Has Castle, the greatest warrior woman. Maybe you heard of her. Cuchulainn trained with her. With her mortal ancestors, not descendants. She's got some fey ones that I have no truck with. None, I tell you. But the dead have always needed friends on this side, and that's always been my clan. We stand for them, speak for them, make sure they're not mistreated, that sort of thing. So I know lots of woojy things that I could teach you, and some woojy things I can't. You tell me what woojy things you want to learn, and I'll teach you. Aye?
Um, well, I honestly, I'm willing to learn anything you're willing to teach, to be honest with you.
You want to learn how to bind a spirit to a certain place. You want to learn to traverse the spiritual realms. You want to learn about the Shadowlands, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll teach you about the Shadowlands. I've been there a lot.
I mean, like I said, I want to learn anything you can teach me. It's like my grandmother died, and she was the one that was teaching me everything. And after a certain point, there was just stuff I couldn't learn on my own.
That's sad. He says it with a total deadpan face. He was that sad.
Yeah, it was, but she's moved on, I think.
You want to find out for sure?
I mean, I guess.
If I can't see her, she's not on this side. She's on that side. You didn't want to kin. And you didn't. I didn't kin you want to go over there. Aye, could be traumatic.
Um, sure. I, um, she actually pulls out a little, you're gonna need like, something of hers.
No, just need you.
Okay. Um,
She's not here. I'd be able to tell you if she was.
so how do we do this?
How do we do what? You see, the way my gran and them teach us is the student, which would be you, and the teacher, which would be me. We have ourselves an understanding. I respect that you know what you want to learn, and you respect that I know what I'm talking about. Aye?
I,
Okay then. So, you're but that's them voodoo fellas in, yeah?
yeah.
Believe the cult. So you let the spirits run through you and all that, then yeah.
I haven't had that happen to me yet, but
You've been a chevaux then.
a what?
Chevaux, it means horse, it's French.
No, not yet. But
Hmm.
my grandmother was.
And you have a patron then.
Yes, I do.
Do you mind telling me who it is?
Maman Brigitte.
And she's accepted you.
Yes.
Shite. Okay. Tells me a wee bit about what I need to know. Do you need to draw the veves then?
Usually.
Shite. You'll be needing chalk then, yeah? Or do you do the flour?
I do the chalk. And she actually she ruffles through her bag and she extracts a tiny plastic. It's like a Ziploc bag that's got chalk in it.
I'll allow you to draw one in dedication to your patron. Please.
And how big do you want it to be?
It's gotta be your working space. Make it as big as you like.
Okay. So she takes off her her uh overshirt, which is the plaid shirt, and she gives it to Damien.
Whoa! I'll go outside. You can do whatever it is you need to do.
Oh no, she's wearing a tank top underneath it.
I know he's got problems. I'll be outside. You just do your thing. I'll be out there.
Damien takes the plaid shirt and is a bit confused.
And she extracts a flask from her bag. It's the rum, and she takes a couple swigs of it, and she goes over, ties her hair back, and draws the veve on the floor.
Damien just says, "Shall I go so that you have peace to do what you need to do?"
You're okay. Just please be quiet.
I'll just sit tight.
And when she's done, she tells Duncan he can come back in, and she puts the shirt back on.
Oh well, look at that. She's found her shirt. That's great. I was not trying to make eyes at your lady. I promise. I was not.
No offense was taken, good sir.
Mom, do forgive me. I should have known part of your practice was disrobing a bit. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?
It's okay. Okay. It's okay. I just didn't want to get chalk on my shirt.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very sorry. I won't happen again. Just keep sorry.
She seems to be a little bit inebriated. Just a little bit.
She's tipsy then.
Yes.
Lightweight.
Pretty high proof rum. You can probably smell it on her breath.
He does not get that close. I promise.
Okay.
You fight her.
What?
Are you a fighter?
Yes.
Oh. You've been holding out on me then, haven't you, boyo?
Damien just grins, is very pleased with himself.
Warrior woman, huh? Okay. Let's see if she can kick my arse. Down to the octagon we go.
Oh boy. Okay, let me pull my character sheet up, you guys. Hold on. Alright, so we gonna roll initiative on this?
Yes, he walks down to the thing. He goes, choose your weapon.
Hold on. She doesn't pick anything.
Oh, so you want to fight with your hands?
She just grins at him.
You sure it's a good idea?
She shrugs.
She doesn't know.
Probably not. You're probably gonna kick my ass, but I'm gonna give it all I've got.
What's the first rule?
What?
What's the first rule?
She bows.
No, that's not the first rule. First rule is know what you're fighting. You open your eyes. So go ahead, open your eyes.
Damien gets his notebook out and will be taking notes while that's happening.
Um, she she takes a deep breath and she opens her eyes and she looks at Duncan.
She will see that there is another spirit that is bound to his. He is a living fetish. He can punch a spirit in the face and it will feel it because he exists on both ends. He
Mm-hmm.
also can soak ag because he has an effect on that lets him do so.
I mean, she's not gonna probably do aggravated damage to him.
No, I'm just telling you all the stuff that she sees.
Okay,
Uh, he's
that's
also
That's nifty.
She also notices that he has a drawer rating of 1 because he's suffused with necromantic energy. She also sees he doesn't have morbidity. He's just got Jor because of contact, basically like contact high off of the Shadowlands.
Mm-hmm.
He has another item that's bound to him, but it's a separate item, but it's him. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And he is preternaturally gifted in that he will be when he fights, he fights with some metaphysical assistance.
She looks at him and she says, "No cheating."
That doesn't turn off, lady. Still want to fight?
You get to use your toys. I get to use mine.
You could try. And then can you like what happened?
Oh well. Like I said, I'll give it all I've got.
What's the second rule?
She shakes her head.
Win.
WIN.
I. There's honor for those that want to be honorable. There's fairness for those that want to be fair. There's winning for those that wants to win.
Hmm.
Which one are you?
Hmm. Fighting with honor doesn't necessarily mean one will win.
You gotta
Fighting with
you give me an answer.
honor is important.
Is it for whom?
Me.
Personal honor then.
I.
When you go into battle, do you expect the other person to abide by the same rules that you do?
No.
So you accept that they're going to do something different then.
To win.
What are you willing to do to win?
What I have to.
And then that imprints upon your sweet, sweet honor.
That's fair.
So I ask you again, what are you willing to do to win?
Anything I have to. Even if it means being dishonorable about it.
Well, that means you don't have any honor then, doesn't it?
I suppose that's subjective.
Oh no, it's pretty simple then. You either have it or you don't.
I have honor when it comes to things, but I like to win.
So you're wishy-washy then.
Sometimes.
You kind of be wishy-washy when dealing with the spirit world.
I'm not dealing with the spirit world right now, am I?
Yes, you are. They're all around you, listening, watching, seeing the type of person that you are. And when you call them, those are the things that they'll remember. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So you must be who you are at all times. That means if you're a winner, you're a winner. If you're honorable, then you're honorable. And you call the spirits that would answer to that sort of person.
Hmm. She ponders for a moment. Hmm.
Like will call to like. If you're bad, the bad ones will show up. If you're good, the good ones will show up. If you're practical, the practical ones will show up. Especially when dealing with the spirits of the dead, which happens to be my specialty.
Hmm.
You'll need to find your own specialty. You understand?
She nods.
So, inside the octagon, inside fighting, we're also practicing our magics. We're also centering ourselves, creating ourselves. Our style will reflect on the outside world and the spirit world, because we exist on all of them at the same time, more often than not, especially as spirit mages. You understand?
Again, she nods.
So, what do you want the spirits to see?
She takes a deep breath and she says, I want them to see me win because winning is indicative of strength
Is it no?
and cleverness.
So, when you look with your eyes, where do you look?
Everywhere.
You must choose your Vidare carefully. I myself am cursed to only have one. However, all options exist within you. My suggestion is to either master one or all. I am forced to master but one. You have the option of all. There are layers. May just call them Vidares.
Hmm.
It's the first thing I was talking about. The first rule, look. Now, when you look upon someone, you can separate it. Look at me. You will see my tattoo, the necromantic energy that emanates from me. All that rot. If you're separated, look in the different layers. I'm a different being in every single one. I'm always me, but certain sides reveal certain things. You must learn this because you can be tricked.
Hmm. Layers. And she's focusing very hard on Duncan.
You're
And
a
she
lot.
does.
Hmm?
Hmm?
She said, what
Go
now?
ahead. She still does have her spirit sight on.
Good, good. I see you're looking with your good eye. That's good. Now, you're different, what are they called? Les and Villes de Blaise? I don't speak French, but that's what they say. Them,
I
your,
guess.
your folk focus on a certain group of spirits. That's good. Focus is good. But I'll teach you more general things. If you want to know your particulars, well, you're talking to the wrong fellow, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, you will be calling them spirits for assistance. You'll be calling the spirits for wisdom and guidance. A spirit mage has options others do not. Not a weakness, strength. However, you must guard your loins. You must understand who you're dealing with, the etiquette of them, their hierarchy, so as not to offend one by calling another. See, that's where people fuck up. Always they're fucking up because they want fire one day, they want water the next. Well, that one fire spirit heard you call that one water spirit, so they don't want to have nothing to do with you, nothing at all.
She nods.
And the offerings. Must know what all friends will want. See, all this is the eyes. Just like in a fight, you want to get a good eye on your opponent. Well, in magic, dealing with spirits, you always want to have a good eye on them. Know what you're dealing with. Eyes are knowledge, you understand. Fight with
Mm.
your head.
Mm.
The body
She
will do.
contem-
Do I know?
she contemplates what you're saying while you're talking to her.
Damien has been noting all that down because, as far as he's concerned, that's gold.
You come down to the octagon. The octagon, in my mind, is magic. It's where we that fights can practice our skills, but we're also practicing magic because we have amorphous rules that we've set up. We know those rules. They're posted on the outside of most fighting rings. Those rules carry over to the spirit world. The spirits you're dealing with have their own set of rules. You have to know them. You have to. You have to know their dues. It's like when you go into a gym, you have to pay some sort of weekly thing. Well, whatever you have to pay these spirits, you'll have to know before you go in, before you call them. Which is why you have to. Well, what Migran said used to say is you have to know your customer. You have to have a particular set of customers. You're either a haberdasher or you're a greengrocer. You need to make sure that you focus on one area. Focus, focus, focus. Just like you do a punch.
And the spirits are the customers.
Aye.
Mm. That makes sense.
They've got to know what you're selling. Now, see, my folks, we don't control, we assist. We don't bind, we unbind. We touch, share. A very close connection to the spirit world. I don't know how you feel about it. But that's how I feel about it.
She just nods. Hmm.
So, have you a companion?
Sorry, what?
Have you a companion?
When you say that, she automatically looks at Damien.
Not that kind.
She
Mhm.
she she was in like formation, but she stands up straight. She takes a deep breath and um I don't actually know if does he have spirit sight activated?
Duncan's always got spirit sight activated.
Okay. I don't necessarily know if you can. Well, it's a weird thing about Natalie is her avatar is a spirit, sort of, in a way. So I guess you will see kind of standing, or she's not in the octagon with Natalie, but out to the side, outside of the octagon, you'll see a. I've got her description written down. Give me 2 seconds. I'll read it to you. Um, so she looks like a middle-aged woman with red hair, pale skin, and hollow eyes. Um, she has a very full figured form, wide hips, um, thick thighs. Um, she she's wearing a smile. She's got a cigar hanging out from between her lips. There's a very large, great shadow that's kind of looming deeper and darker than it should be behind her. Um, you hear the woman laugh. Um, and if I don't know if you can um use smell around spirits at all.
Okay,
Can you?
sure. Not normally. No.
Okay. Well, in that case, that's what you see. She's standing outside of the octagon, but she's looking up at Natalie, and she's kind of just she's got like a shit-eating grin on her face, kind of.
Not that one.
In which case there will probably be a grumpy ass old woman um standing next to her. She's got white hair, dark skin. Um she's looks like she's wearing like clothes from like maybe the 20s. She's hunched over. She's a cane. She bears a pretty strong resemblance to Natalie.
Will that be your grand then?
She turns and looks, and she looks a little surprised, and she just nods.
Not
But yeah,
her either.
what?
I mean one you've pulled into service on your own.
Oh well, then that would be the red-haired bitch that's standing over there.
You called that one.
You said to draw, and I drew.
Well, let's hope that my roommate doesn't send her away. Anyways.
She'll leave when she's ready.
I'll not put it past Mon and McLear to decide that she'll leave before that. That's between them, not us, innit?
Oh well, I don't control what she does.
That's another thing. Is that the sort of needs that you are when it comes to the spirits? You boss them around then?
Me? I know better than to do that.
I can teach you. I can teach you magic. The things I know. Is there anything else that you want to learn from me?
I think one step at a time would probably be good.
Okay, then. First thing I'll teach is wall walking.
Wall walking.
Oh, aye.
She raises an eyebrow. Teach me.
Okay. Up on the second floor of where I have my home. Those are the stairs up to there. You can walk on the air. Ask me why.
Why?
Because in the spirit world, it's not air now, is it?
You're right.
If you step sideways, just a wee bit. Just a wee bit.
Okay. And she'll go and do what he says.
I mean, you don't got to roll it. It's basically using spirit 3 to step sideways, except we're not going all the way there. You just touch just a little bit.
Right. Okay. So she does it, and Damien probably has a really weird look on his face when he sees her do that.
Yeah, you got since she is basically defying the laws of physics, and of course my character can't properly see yet beyond the veil, so this is exceedingly weird for him. But he's also fascinated and is scribbling very detailed into it. He's quite captivated by the scene.
The way that she does it is she looks like she's walking on a tightrope. She has her arms out like she's trying to balance herself.
Yep.
Between this world and that world.
Yep.
That wasn't so hard now, was it?
And she looks at Duncan, she smiles, and she says no.
Good girl. You'll be needing armor.
Okay.
which means find an object. That's way it was taught to me was you find an object close to your heart, you hold it close, and use it to protect against whatever the spirits would want to be doing.
Um, the necklace that she's wearing, it looks like a leather pouch, maybe, and she grabs it.
She got a gree bag.
Yes, she does.
What's that then?
It was my grand's.
Hmm. Good folk.
What?
I think he's just good focus.
She nods.
And the next time you come, I'll show you how to make armor.
I'd like that.
We can do many things, but we have to think a little bit different than everyone else.
Ingenuity.
Can you share power with them?
She looks confused.
Out of character, do you have Spirit 3 and Prime 3?
She has no prime. I can tell you what dots she's got and what spheres if you'd like.
You can if you want to.
She's got matter 2, spirit 3, entropy 2, and life 1. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. 1 second.
She'll actually come back down to the main floor.
Damien gives a round of applause.
she bows.
Well, I'm sure that you two can find some interesting uses for that trick.
Damien just laughs out loud.
Oh my god.
And remember, did you feel that little smack? That little teeny tiny? It was vulgar. So, yeah, you got a little bit of smack.
I mean, that's okay.
Little teeny bit of paradox never hurt anybody.
I mean,
He said no sensible man ever.
And if you want to learn how, well, you already know how to fight. I saw by your stance. You're a good fighter. Scrapper.
Not a bar fight brawler, but pretty classically trained.
Your art is scrappy. The scrappy art.
Sure.
Means you get in like to mix it up.
Sometimes.
You fight dirty too.
I'm not above that.
I saw you eyeballing me bahoogies. I saw that. So, will you be wanting a weapon?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Not as good with it.
I can teach you.
Sure.
Go choose your weapon.
What choices do we have?
There's a 4-foot stick. There's a. Hold on, I should tell you exactly what he's got over there.
Out of character, sorry, Jason. Didn't mean to make this scene all about me.
Nah, it's okay. I don't mind. Damien is gathering data.
I mean, there's that too.
Uh, there's a short sword, a more traditional sword, and a spear.
She will go for the spear.
Ooh, not many learn that anymore.
What a shame. It used to be the king of the battlefield.
How big is the octagon?
Standard size. You could probably swing that thing around a bit.
Okay. I have an idea for what she's probably gonna do.
Let me go get mine.
She nods.
He comes back. Have you ever read Wheel of Time?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, he has what looks. It's a glaive, basically. He comes back with this big, huge glaive thing.
So he has a pole arm.
Yeah,
Yay. How big is this spear? Like 6 feet, maybe?
6 feet. Yeah, it's a regular spear, not a long spear. Actually, no, it's a boar spear. It's got the 2 prongs on it. It's long.
Oh, okay. So when he goes to get his glaive, she actually spins it around and kind of she's gonna try and balance it um on a couple of fingers.
It's not perfectly balanced for her, but it's pretty balanced. It's a standard quality weapon.
Okay. And she actually she doesn't have the blade up, she has the blade down. There's no blade on it, or is it dull?
Oh, it's a boar spear. It has a great big point on it and 2 prongs in it, and if you stick that in somebody, it's not coming out.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this was for training or for like actual combat.
It's for actual combat.
Okay, so she definitely has the spear tip down, not up.
It's gonna be hard to use that if you're not pointing it at me. Don't you understand?
She just grins.
Well, since it can't harden your skin, which is annoying. I wanted you to see what you'd be using, what I'll be using when you train with that. That's all.
She just nods, and she grips the spear with both hands.
That's yours.
She nods. And that's yours.
I expect you to maintain it. If you don't know how, I'll show you.
Please do.
Aye. That one likes to punch people, so I've not given him a weapon.
Damien?
Yes.
I like to punch people too. Just ask Kit.
He puts the spear down. He goes, I'm also a boxer. If you want to learn the sweet science. But you already know your own version, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. Do you want to fight weapon or
We'll maybe fighting today, unless you really want to.
If I fought you today, I would lose. And perhaps like to practice a little bit first.
Do as you like. But that's your boar spear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take care of it.
We'll see. I expect pictures on Instagram. I'm joking. I don't know what Instagram is. Some fella told me the other day that he wanted to put me on IG. I didn't know what it was, so I broke his phone.
Yeah, it's just social media.
Social what?
Media,
What are you talking about?
like Facebook.
Like what?
Do you know what the internet is?
I've heard tell of it. I never found much
Okay.
use for it.
Basically, you use it to share pictures or videos or talk to people.
What I have a phone for?
You can use your phone to access the internet.
That's crazy talk.
It's true. She'll set the boar spear down and she's gonna pull her phone out and show him. So she pulls up her Facebook page and her Instagram
Oh, yeah, that's you.
and YouTube. She pulls up YouTube and she's gonna show him cat videos.
Oh, look at the wee thing. Look at it. Oh, it's the cutest. Oh,
Yeah,
And that's how Duncan was seduced by the internet.
and
Because of
she closes YouTube and she pulls up Google Chrome and she opens Wikipedia and she's like, you can use this to find out information about pretty much anything.
What kind of just goes to the library?
It's like having the library on your phone.
Except it's not got all the books. I like the books.
I mean, books are great. I like books too. Books are great for learning. But this, if you need information quick, you
That's
can
why I
use
have
it.
you. And that one.
I'm,
He's really smart.
he is really smart. I'm really smart too.
Well, then, don't need the internet.
She just shrugs. Well, it's there if you want it. And she puts her phone back in her pocket.
Oh, isn't she a sassy one, Gran? Well, Damien, you're just sitting there like a dragon boogie. What are you here for?
Yeah, Damien, what are you here for? And she sticks her tongue out at you.
Damien just smiles for a bit. Well, I just wanted to ask if you, Duncan, could do me a favor. Maybe in a while, let's just say when certain business is taken care of, if you could help me build up my muscles. I find my upper body strength to be lacking.
Okay.
Mind you, if you would know somebody who might be selling, well, I've heard it through the grapevine, but supposedly you can buy hoodies which have like the material qualities change, that they become like sort of bulletproof, or at the least they negate some of the damage. Might you have heard of that?
No.
That's a shame. Yeah.
I might be able to make you something like that. Maybe.
Do you have Matter 3?
I've got matter too.
Then you
But
will not be making nothing like that.
Oh, well, maybe later. Probably later.
Not bad. As soon as I've either if I've mastered the next tier of Prime, or I have managed to break the glass ceiling and increase my, how did they call it again? Arete. Yeah, exactly. Maybe then I'll be able to permanently imbue objects, weapons, and similar with certain effects. How should I say? I make my magic in a very crafty sort of way.
Okay.
It has worked for me so far, but if you know easier ways, I'm always up to hear that.
I didn't ken how you do things. You didn't ken how I do things. So as long as it works for you, son, it's not hurting anyone. More power to you.
Definitely not the latter. But yeah, I guess to a certain extent, I'm still trying to figure out things. As in, how should I say, the mechanics of the universe that I find myself in.
I work a bit differently.
But that's why I'm interested to seeing other people's paradigms, if you will. Because there's probably wisdom to be found in most of those places.
I'll take your word for it.
I think I agree with you there, Damien.
Uh,
Natalie, what?
oh, my bad. It is a sanctum for me.
Okay. Um, Natalie will look at Duncan and she extends her hand.
he takes your hand.
And she shakes his hand and she just says thank you for being willing to teach me. I do appreciate it quite a lot. I won't let you down.
Okay. I should hope not. You should invest in some bandages.
I can get them from work.
Sweet. I should probably call Cassie. You're gonna bleed a bit.
Oh well, it's a good thing I know first aid. I don't like doing first aid on myself, but it's okay.
Don't worry. It's just so you can learn spirit armor.
She nods.
I think that's it, guys.
Okay.
Uh, thank you, players. Present.
Jason, is there anything else you wanted to talk to Duncan about?
No, as far as I can see, everything seems fine. Damien is glad that the two hit it off so well. And I guess as those two are leaving, he'll probably just comment that Duncan likes his Isle of Skye whiskey, so occasionally bringing a bottle over is always a good idea, he says with a smile and a wink.
Bless you, son. Bless you.
It's the least I can do.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another episode of Darkness in Dublin.